Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, back in May, we passed a resolution raising concerns about the construction of a Canadian underground nuclear waste repository next to Lake Huron. SR 58 recommended actions to the Canadians to address our concerns with the project and urged Congress to help ensure our concerns are fully resolved. Well, I'm glad to report you that we have secured the support of Senators Stabenow and Levin and Congressman Dingell, Kildee, Peters, and Levin. Unfortunately, our friends to the north have failed to address our many concerns with the proposed construction. This site, less than a half mile from Lake Huron, would include the disposal of nuclear waste that will remain radioactive for 100,000 years. Astonishingly, Ontario Power Generation has failed to consider a single site in all of Canada for this nuclear waste dump other than the Bruce Nuclear Power Plant site so close to our precious Great Lakes. It is important to note the proposed facility would never be permitted under Michigan law, which strictly prohibits the underground disposal of nuclear waste, a fact that has been misrepresented in Canada. While the proponents like to claim that the radioactive material intended for the site is only mildly hazardous, mops and rags, the highly radioactive nature of the intermediate waste planned for the site, which can include everything but spent fuel rods, is obvious. Even worse, the water-soluble limestone in which it would be buried is completely untested and unproven anywhere in the world for burying nuclear waste. This method is so uncertain that not a single scientist or geologist can guarantee this nuclear dump will not contaminate the Great Lakes. Some will ask, if the project is so hazardous, why do the municipalities that will host the site support it? Follow the money trail and you'll find that the hosting agreement includes nearly $36 million in payments to communities for their support. If that doesn't constitute a biased position, I'm not sure what does. In August, State Rep Sarah Roberts, a panel of experts, and I hosted a town hall to discuss the repository. The event drew a standing room only crowd of Michigan concerned citizens. For the most part, our citizens have been robbed of the opportunity to weigh in on this issue, as OPG has continually failed to adequately inform Michigan residents about this proposal which affects us so deeply. I recently presented these and other growing concerns about the project to the Canadian Joint Review Panel that has been holding hearings on the project. Over the course of these hearings, it has become clear through OPG's own admissions that the proposed construction has a much larger scope than what was originally detailed in their environmental impact statement, with the potential for highly radioactive waste at the site. Despite appeals to do so, neither OPG nor the Joint Review Panel will confirm that all highly radioactive waste is prohibited. Now that the hearings have come to the end, I am more certain than ever that this project is harmful to both the United States and Canada. With disapproval growing every day, more than 40,000 people from around the globe have signed the petition StopTheGreatLakesNuclearDump.com opposing this project. 18 cities and counties on both sides of the lake are officially opposed, as is the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence Cities Initiative. And we now have formal opposition from more than 15 organizations across our state, including the Michigan Agribusiness Association, the Michigan Boating Industries Association, the MUCC, and the National Wildlife Federation. The potentially devastating impact that radioactive waste could have in Michigan, its economy, its drinking water, its fishing, boating, recreation, tourism, and agricultural industries is unthinkable. It is of the utmost importance that each and every one of us do everything in our power to prevent this project from coming to fruition. As Michiganders, the condition of the Great Lakes affects all of our lives and our livelihoods, and I ask that my colleagues join me in fighting to protect them. Thank you.